I'm currently working on the project that I think will have the largest downstream effect for my business out of anything I've ever worked on before, which is heavy. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jack. I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur. In the past year, I've been able to take my hockey media business from nothing to $11,000 per month, and last month, February, we actually just did 18. So we're on the rise, and this whole year, I guess the monetary goal would be from 10K to 100K. And the way I'm going to do that is by scaling my team. And that's kind of what I've been talking about the past few videos. Um, so I created all the processes, right? I'm like, okay, this is how we film our games. This is how we answer customers. This is how I will grade the footage that you give me. And I created a whole like test shoot. Like, okay, this is how, you're going to go out, you're going to do this game, I'm going to pay you this amount, I'm going to give you feedback, you're going to do another one, you need to keep doing that until it's right. So I'm confident on that front of like, okay, this is how we're going to be able to get people skilled enough to do what I need them to do. But like something was missing. Like I knew something was missing the whole time. It's like, okay, this is right, but it's not really right. And it had me doing a lot of reflecting, along with reading this book, which has kind of been the whole spark for trying to systematize my business and just get everything like working together, which is hard. Like there's a lot of components. It's really great. Like most people really have no idea how much behind the scenes stuff goes on in this simple little hockey media business. But even me, like even myself, I don't really, it's just hitting me with how much stuff, whatever. I'm creating a document, long story short, I'm creating a document that has like everything you need to know about Puck Pro Media. Like, what do we do to get here? What was this company built on? What are we struggling with now? What have been our past struggles? What are we trying to do moving forward? What's the long-term goal? Why do we do things the way we do things? What do we do? Like, what is our culture? And it's just like a clusterfuck of my brain on a document. And a lot of people are going to be like, Jack, no one's reading all that. You're right. Most people probably won't read all that, but I think that's why this makes this the most important thing ever. Because if I have potential people who want to work for me not read all this, it'll be very clear very fast, and it's like, okay, read it or get out of the door. So it kind of almost, I feel like this is a high leverage activity, right? So it's going to quickly ingrain everything we do, every value that we have, the reason why we do everything into the people who are coming in's brain, and they're going to start operating like that from the start. And if they're not, they're going to know like what they're doing wrong, because I'll be referencing, because now I'll have something to reference. I'll be like, okay, you broke this core value. What are you going to do next time differently? And I mean, the whole like thought of like management and all that is kind of extremely intimidating to me, but I think that just having, I'm someone who works very well when I have like clear, defined, like, okay, this is what you need to do, and then I can follow the plan, right? So I don't know. What am I trying to say? I don't even know if I'm properly explaining what I'm working on right now, but like, sure, for starters, right? We're gonna explain like what we did to get to this point. And in my opinion, I think there's been like 4 main stages that we've kind of went through to get to the point where we are now, where we need to hire people. So it's like Puck Pro Media's growth and strategies based on the theory of constraints, explains what the theory of constraints is. And these are the 4 stages, or the main constraints that we face to get to this point, so you can understand why we need your help moving forward to the next level. So that's like just one thing, just a little behind the scenes. Then we're talking about our values. And the values thing, I think that's been the biggest realization. And they kind of talk about in this book, like they give an example of someone who's owning a hotel, and the manager is like, he's creating a game out of his business. And I'm like, what is my game? Like, what's the central theme of my game? And this has been kind of like a profound realization for me. It's, I want to create a world where like everyone that comes into contact with my business has nothing but positive things to say about it. And I think like there's so much more to that than creating good videos. Like, okay, sure, you can follow these processes, but like there are so many tiny little things that I have been subconsciously doing, And I'm starting to realize, like, why do... This is going to sound bad, but, like, I think a lot of people like me. Like, when I do the jobs and, like, people meet me, like, I think I'm fairly personable. Like, people seem to have, like, a good experience and good things to say about me. But it's like, how do I replicate that across everyone? Like, every single time a Puck Pro Media videographer goes out to a game, like, how do they create that same, like, experience where you're, like, saying what's up to people around the rink, like, cracking jokes, laughing, shaking hands, whatever. Like, how do you do that? And I think I need to condense that down to what I just said, where it's like, that's more than just a customer experience, because, I mean, not everyone who's going to come in contact with your business is going to be a customer. So you just need to do, I don't know. I'm, like, working this out on me. This is a terrible video. That's what I'm trying to do. And I nailed down our 3 core values, but, like, they all, like, come back to customer satisfaction, right? So core value number 1 is customer satisfaction at all costs. Founding principle: you can't do wrong when you do right by the customer. And then the other 2 core values are emotionless execution. The founding principle is you can feel one way and act another, and then relentless improvement. If you aren't growing, you're dying. But if you look at emotionless execution, it's like, okay, like, I don't feel like making this video right now. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. It's like, but the customer wants a video tonight, so you're going to get that back to the customer. Relentless improvement. You messed up this one thing on the last shoot. Like, what are you going to do differently to make the customer more happy? And it's just, it all stems back to, like, I don't know. I would say I'm, like, a terrible people pleaser. Like, I might actually have a problem with that, but that's what I want to do. Like, I want to create, because I understand the downstream effects of happy customers, and, like, that's kind of why I'm so willing to take this slow. Like, not take this slow. Like, I'm rushing through trying to get this document done. But once it's done, like, I can just implement it and crank the fuck out of marketing. And I think it's just going to be smooth sailing. And that's obviously an ignorant thing. Nothing ever goes according to plan, like my last video. But I'm confident that this document is going to make a big difference on just, like, everything. I don't know. Because if people understand, people never... I've always had the issue where, like, I know, like, I have this huge vision and all these values and all these frameworks and ways I see the world inside my mind, but I'm not the greatest at communicating them sometimes. And I know for a fact, like, the people that work with me definitely don't know, because I'm just like, all right, here's the job details, blah, blah, blah. And they don't, like, they can't even understand, they can't begin to comprehend, like, everything that went into even just getting you that job, and what that job would have looked like a year ago, or what it's going to look like a year ago from now. So I think this document kind of just, it just gives people context to everything else that they're going to do in the company, and a purpose behind why they're doing things the way they're doing things. And, like, I just think if people don't understand why they're doing things, it's just like every other job. So yeah, this is what I'm focusing on. Of course, I have a billion other things to do as well. So I probably need to, like, hire someone, like a assistant or something, because, like, I have an editing guy, but, like, he can't really do the business stuff because I have him editing stuff. So I might just need to do that so I can work on this for a deep period of time and get it done. But yeah, that's the focus: getting ready to manage people and creating a company culture from the start. This is what we're going to tolerate. This is not okay. And then obviously I'm going to, like, not quiz people on if they read the thing or not, but, like, what's something you took away? Like, what's something you learned about Puck Pro Media that you didn't know before reading this document, blah, blah, blah. And it's just going to be a part of our onboarding process. And this is, like, the final piece. This is the final piece of the onboarding process. For now, of course, we're going to, once it's actually in action, I'm going to see, like, oh, need to add this in, or forgot this, or need to take this out, whatever, and then tweak from there. But, like, this is going to be good. Maybe I'll post it online. You guys can see. Send it out as a newsletter. People unsubscribe for me. Like, when I don't post for a while, I've had, like, 4 people unsubscribe, which is weird. It's like, you miss me that bad, bro? Come on now. But that's it for today. Later.